away, especially if you subscribe to my YouTube, it will just come up. Okay, so The Miracle Morning. It's by Harold, if I've got his name wrong. No, the other way around. Hal Elrod. Hal Elrod. So he did The Miracle Morning, which includes silence. So when the idea is that each day you get up, you take a moment to do each one of these things. You can kind of really make it as longish as you want to. So silence, taking a moment to be silent. Just pause, reflect into this moment. No noise. Number 2 is affirmations. So using affirmations, positive statements such as I am calm, I can do everything I want to do, I love myself. Number 3, visualization. So imagining something as you want it to be. So if you want the day to happen a certain way, visualizing that. 4 is exercise, any type of movement. 5, reading, and 6, scribing or journaling. So you could just pick one of them if you wanted to start with and do each day. So if we just take the bit for silence for now, and then actually we start with the scribing, which actually is number 6. So if we do have a piece of paper nearby, just taking a piece of paper, if you could type it on your computer. And the idea is that we're just getting our thoughts out of our head. So he says journaling. I've not been a writer, so for me to write lots of things feels stressful for me. So what I do and what I teach is kind of doing a brain dump. So basically things that are in your head, you're just getting out. So when you wake up in the morning, if there's a certain worry or thought or basically anything, so it could be, oh, I don't know, make a cake today, or oh, I'm worried about that I've got to go, I don't know, for an interview or something, or anything that just is in your mind, basically you're writing down. So we'll go at that. So just getting your piece of paper if you have it, otherwise you can use a computer, as I said. So just anything that pops up in your head, we're just writing it down. And the idea is you're trying to just clear out those thoughts, because the way that I teach it is then after you've then got that clear space, because you've kind of got your thoughts. So there might be something, usually maybe that's just like whirling around at the back of the thought, and kind of sometimes when you meditate, that thoughts keeps coming up. Oh yeah, I need to do this, or I'm worried about that. So the idea is just, and not thinking about it too much, just literally writing things down as you go. Just for another couple of moments. So writing your last thing down. And just having a look at it, and if there's anything particularly important that you need to come back to later, just giving a little circle around. If you've got a highlighter, highlight it so you know to come back to that later. So the idea then is that you don't then worry, oh yeah, I need to remember to come back to that. You've got it circled, highlighted, so you know that you can not only metaphorically place it to the side, but actually physically doing that now. So once you've done that, just place that to the side. And then we're just going to take a moment to be silent. Just sitting in the silence. So a moment's meditation in silence. And we just allow the eyes to close, to settle into the surface beneath us, maybe into the back of the chair. And just observing the silence. And if noises arise, noting the noise, and then noticing the silence in between that noise and the next thing that might make noise. And even just noticing the silence in between the words that I'm speaking, the gaps. The gaps in between the noise and the next noise. And in this space, saying a positive affirmation to yourself, such as I am at peace, or I love and accept myself just as I am. I love and accept myself just as I am. I love and accept myself just as I am. And then taking a moment to just visualize in your mind how you would like your day to pan out. Your ideal day today. And then when you're ready, gently opening the eyes. And if there was anything in particular that you were visualizing today, and if there's any steps that you can do to move you towards that perfect day, if there's anything you could do, you can just write that down. So I know as times as they are at the moment, it might be difficult to do those things you want to do. So when you do the visualization, trying to make it in kind of an achievable step of something that you could do. So if your thing is kind of, let's turn that off. If your thing was to go to a beach or something abroad, it might be unachievable, but you might be able to buy yourself some sand to kind of go in the garden and to recreate that experience by putting your feet into the sand, you know. So trying to take your goal or however you visualized what you would like your day to be and how you could kind of, if it's unachievable, how could you make it more of an achievable thing for you? So you can use this as a practice to come back to. And the other things were exercise, which is moving the body, and also reading. So he recommends reading a positive book each day, just to kind of lift your spirits as well. So they were the other parts. So do come back to this and watch it. If you find it useful, just come back to and do this as a daily practice. I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, just